Hey, welcome to Mexico Monday. I am Dr. Raquel. I'm super excited to be with y'all today. So today what I want to talk about is cost of living in Mexico, specifically Merida. And sorry, I'm a little bit sniffly and under the weather today. But it just so happens that some time ago, I did a podcast where I broke down exactly how to figure out the cost of living comparing Atlanta to Merida. And this was even before I planned to move to Merida. So surprising. But I broke down the cost of living. So if it was, I think over $4,000 to live in Atlanta for those same things in Merida, it costs a little over $1,000. And so the cost of living was way less. However, I did learn some things during our scoping visit, and we went to go look around Merida and check things out ourselves. But one thing that I realized is that although the cost of living is lower than in the United States, it doesn't have to be. And what I mean by that is that you can go balling out of control in Merida or in Mexico, and then you will probably wonder why your money is not stretching as far. And it is because things that are not necessarily needed, but it's like, wow, I can afford this here. Because I keep getting caught up in that myself, like, ooh, I can have that if I just spend a little bit more. But we have a very, very specific budget that we are shooting for a place to live in Merida. And it is really important that we are not like tempted to go above that, because if we really want our cost of living to be lower, then we need to do the things that are going to make our cost of living lower. So, for example, when we were on our trip in Merida, Merida, they have Costco, they have Walmart. So there are many things that are the same as they are where we are in the US. And so it is, I think, very easy just to kind of go to those places. But we did not. We went to like where all the locals are, where people were walking up to us like, hey, what are you doing here? And it was great. Everyone was super friendly, like just like, oh, wow, we don't usually see non-Mexican people down here. And it was so inexpensive. And so, like, I think our second day there, the first day we just got in, kind of hung around our hotel, which was in the center of the city, and then went to bed. And then the next day we got up, went to the grocery store and got just some things for the week. So, we just got a little bit of like food and drinks and breakfast things and stuff like that. And it was I think for everything that we got, it was like maybe $40. And then they had we're walking by like shops where they have like huge sub sandwiches for 15 pesos, where the same sandwich was like 180 pesos near where our hotel was. And so it was just really a reminder to me that you can have a lower cost of living, but you don't have to. Would I have gotten more of the things that I know, more of the things I was used to if I went to Walmart or Costco? Yes. But would I have spent double, maybe triple? Yes. Because that is what it's there for. It is a chain. And also I am 100% for supporting local shops, local people, for whatever country you're going to. And so I think sometimes, I say all this to say that sometimes it's easier to kind of pick what we know, and not to say you never should go. Like, there are times where you are living somewhere for years and you're like, I just want some of this. This is what I want. And get that thing that you want. Because it's going to help you be able to live and thrive where you are, period. I remember in Belgium there was this American store, so expensive for no good reason. It was just so expensive. But Thanksgiving, I went to the American store because I got the brands that I knew, that I know what they taste like. because it's Thanksgiving and I want things to taste a certain way. I want things to be a certain way. But other than that, I was at a local store. And so I just want to encourage you. I will put the link to that podcast episode. But I just want to encourage you to figure out like what your budget is. Figure out what that budget can give you and figure out if you are okay with that. Because if you wanted to move to a different place so that you can ball out of control, that's great too. Do it. But that means you're not moving for a lower cost of living. Or you're not moving and wanting to take advantage of a lower cost of living. You're not necessarily moving because it has a lower cost of living, but that might be a factor. So I think it's just really important to consider that and to think about maybe even like where, okay, your electricity will be less potentially, your food bill will hopefully be lower. So maybe you can splurge a little bit on your monthly rent. In order to still keep costs down, but you're cutting costs in other places. So I think it's just really important to consider that, and I wanted to share that with you because where people say, yeah, it's like way cheaper to live there, but it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be. You can get an apartment that has a swimming pool and indoor elevator and brand new appliances and mid-century modern, and it can cost you the same as it would in the U.S. So just something to think about. But I hope you all are doing well. I am super excited for your journey, and I will see you all next week. Okay, bye.